Ladies and gentlemen, kindly find your seats. I have two outstanding JSUers who would like to get to meet your acquaintance. For those who are struggling, please kindly make your way to the tables. There is plenty of delicious food from Sruli's. I think that's been the most popular question so far, is where is this food from? And the answer is Sruli's Catering. Okay, here we go. Shh.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming to the 2025 JSU Gala. My name is Caleb Bliss-Lewis, and along with being one of your student ambassadors tonight, I am also your JSU student president for St. Louis. Tonight, you will hear from some amazing speakers, as well as get a surprise from Rabbi Yitz. Before all of that, though, I want to talk to you about my time with JSU and why this group means so much to me. After October 7th, I witnessed, just like all of you, a drastic rise in anti-Semitism. It wasn't only online, it was in my school. People I was friends with said things about Israel and Jews that shocked me. I felt scared to show my Judaism in a place that should have supported me. At the time, I didn't feel like I connected to a specific Jewish community in St. Louis. But that all changed when my chemistry teacher, Ms. Falkoff, told me JSU met in her classroom with pizza and cookies right after my class with her. And because I love free food, the same as the next guy, I went. I became hooked. Since then, JSU has become the community I didn't even know I needed. With your support, we have brought JSU across St. Louis together to build one big Jewish community. We have thrown events with more than 60 JSUers, such as the Sky Zone Kickoff, a Shabbaton, and a Rosh Hashanah Challah Bake, and so many other events that somehow always involve food. But JSU has been for me and so many others more than a youth group. With this amazing staff, JSU has helped me become more of a confident leader, as well as grow as a person. My connection to my Judaism has grown at the same time. After going to the JSU President's Conference this last month, which brings JSU presidents together from across the US and Canada, my Vice President Evan and I have started rapping to fill in the morning. I never thought I would be that person, but here we are. I have met friends from across St. Louis who I never would have met without the help of JSU. These are people who helped show up for me and support me. Your support tonight does more than help buy cookies or pizza. It helps give Jewish teens a space where they feel safe, connected, and proud of who they are. Although I have made many close connections with students across JSU, I want to give a special shout out to the staff and especially Yossi Ravinsky for everything he has done for me. He's become such a close friend and someone I'm able to talk to about everything and anything. He has been one of the biggest supporters of me with JSU and beyond. As I get ready for college next year, I feel grateful for everyone here tonight and everyone in JSU for allowing me to be just one piece of the puzzle that makes JSU so special to me and so many others. With that, I'll pass you on to my amazing co-ambassador, Shauna.
Hello, my name is Shauna Kruger, and I'm a junior at Parkway Central High School. I am also a daughter, a friend, a dancer, and most relevant for today, a member of the Jewish community. In recent years, our community has faced significant challenges. Anti-Semitism has risen, hate incidents have reached record levels, and many young students are dealing with situations far beyond their control. Through all of this, JSU has been a steady source of support, standing up for Jewish students and speaking out for those who are uncomfortable speaking for themselves. For me, the most powerful example of JSU's guidance happened this past year. On October 7th, 2025, while many were praying for the release of the remaining hostages, my school's student body president posted something targeting those who support Israel. This shocked many students, including myself. That same morning, another Jewish student and I reported the incident to our principal, Dr. McCarthy. But the situation quickly escalated as others defended her post, even sending inappropriate messages to Jewish students. During all of this, the JSU group chat lit up. People were confused, scared, and unsure of whether to be silent or to push back. Rabbi Stam stepped up exactly when needed. He spoke with Dr. McCarthy and reassured Jewish students and parents that things would be okay, that the school stood with us, and that we were not alone. He created a space where students could express their concerns and offered guidance to anyone who needed help to talk through what happened. Beyond supporting us during difficult moments, JSU has also given students incredible leadership opportunities. From serving on the JSU Council to testifying in favor of a bill aimed at combating anti-Semitism in schools, JSU has opened doors for students to grow, lead, and make a difference. When I had the opportunity to speak in Jefferson City, I was by far the youngest person in the room. While everyone else seemed confident, I was very intimidated by the age difference, by the protesters, and by the responsibility. But Rabbi Ravinsky reminded me that my voice mattered, especially as the only student present. His encouragement gave me the confidence to speak up and represent JSU and my peers with pride. JSU has not only shaped my confidence, but also my understanding of what it truly means to stand up for myself and for others. It has taught me that leadership isn't defined by age or experience, but by courage, compassion, and community. None of this would be possible without the people in this room, those who support us, guide us, and believe in the importance of giving Jewish students a strong voice. Thank you for giving us the space to grow, the strength to persevere, and a community we can rely on. Your support ensures that students like me never have to face these challenges alone. I am proud to be a part of JSU, and I'm truly grateful for everything it has empowered me to do. At this time, we would like to take a moment to thank Hashem for the safe return of our brothers and sisters who were held hostage by Hamas, and we continue to pray for the speedy return of the final hostage's body. And even as we feel gratitude, we remain mindful that our brave and courageous IDF soldiers, including many proud JSU alumni, are still on the front lines, defending not only our homeland, but Jews everywhere. With that in mind, I invite everyone to please rise for a special Misha Berach for the soldiers of the Israeli Defense Force to be sung by Rabbi Yitz Stam.
Abraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov, hu yevarech es chayach le'tzvah hagana liYisrael, ha'omdim al mishmar arteinu.
הקמים עלינו ניגפים לפניהם, הקדוש ברוך הוא ישמור ויציל את חיילינו מכל צרה וצוקה, מכל נגע מחלה, ישלח ברכה והצלחה בכל מעשה ידיהם. Yahadei Sonei nitzachon ikuyam bahem hakazov ki Adonai Elohechem halech imachem lehilachem lachem imoy veichem loshiaschem. He who blessed our forefathers Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, may he bless the fighters of the Israeli Defense Forces who stand guard over our land and the cities of our God, from the border of Lebanon to the desert of Egypt, and from the Great Sea until till that of Arava, on the land and the air and on the sea. May Hashem cause the enemies who rise up against us to be struck down before them. May the Holy One, blessed is He, preserve and rescue our fighting men from every trouble and distress, and from every plague and illness, and may He send blessing and success in all of their endeavors. May He lead our enemies under their sway, and may He grant for them salvation and crown them with victory. And may there be a fulfillment of that for them of the verse, for it is Hashem your God who goes with you to battle your enemies, for you to save you.
You may be seated. Wow. I guess I could be a congregational rabbi. Can we try that? Please rise. Please be silent. Y'all are here for the kids, and you're here to pay tribute to three very special couples. Let's get down to business. Please direct your attention to the screen for our first honorees, Lauren Weissman-Kerner and her husband, Kyle Kerner.
Kyle and Lauren really are pillars of our Jewish community. They're always there for us anytime we need a project to be done. You may not even know that they're involved. And I think that's what makes them so great. They're not the type that are flashy and need to be out in front of everyone. They're humble and do this behind the scenes. One of the things that I love about the Kerners is they're always looking to explore and learn more. Whether that's coming and meeting with me, whether that's coming and meeting with Rabbi Ravinsky here at JSU, they're always trying to explore more about their Judaism.
Jewish education is that important to them, knowing they had to give it to their kids. A couple years ago, they approached me to teach their children. I felt that it would be just as important for the parents to get that education. So I asked Rabbi Ravinsky to teach that group. They invited a few other couples, and that's how we connected with JSU.
It's really important to them to have a place for people to be able to come together, and I think the JSU House really gives the community a really good opportunity to have a place for especially young people to come and be together, explore their Judaism.
Now more than ever, it's important to have a safe space in the community for people to be celebrating, and anything we can do to continue to support JSU. Having great programming is so helpful.
They donate it because they want people to engage in their Jewish life and studies, and they want it to be a place where they can keep learning and it's fun, and they really want to make a difference for other people.
Jewish continuity, Jewish education, and commitment to community is definitely important, and all that they do relates to that.
They show up, they care. Lauren and Kyle bring Jake to Mini Minion. He brings his puppets, and he sits right in the front and helps me lead, and I can see them stepping up and him doing this for many years to come and following in his parents' footsteps of love for the community.
So clearly when they're asked, they say Hineni. In Hebrew, Hineni is here I am. And they're definitely there when Rabbi Ravinsky approached them to help with the future of children, being involved, being educated, knowing the value of being Jewish. It's quite remarkable to see such young family with such values. I think with the next generation seeing people like them, it sets an example.
The fact that they're so generous in the community, you know, they're not looking for accolades. I think you see this great space and you see all the great things happening here, and I think it would encourage other people to also follow suit and be very generous in any way that they can do it, whether it's time, financial, any of it, and just see what kind of impact it makes on the Jewish community.
People who care, it's hard to find them in our world right now, and they are people who really care about not only their Judaism, but the entire Jewish community.
This organization, Honoring My Parents, makes me feel really proud of them and that all their work is really becoming seen and everything they're doing is making a difference because they work so hard behind the scenes, and seeing that all come to life and making an impact in other people's lives is really great.
Yeah, I would say the same, that the impact they made to see is really cool because I know like my parents try and do behind the scenes, but it's good that they get some credit. Same.
It was right around the time, I think, Reese's bat mitzvah, and we were getting all these questions about what does it mean to be Jewish, and why am I having to go through this long process of studying and getting in front of my community. And both Kyle and I, we said, this is just what we do when we're Jewish, and it's part of our Jewish traditions and faiths, and it's really important to us as a family. And a lot of her questions were really good and we couldn't answer them. We decided that we kind of needed our own study group and learning ourselves, and we got connected with Rabbi Ravinsky and we started studying with him. And that just led us on our learning journey and brought us closer to understanding our traditions. And that's kind of where it all started.
So through those meetings with Rabbi Ravinsky, we saw the need and the impact JSU could have on the Jewish community, especially the younger generations, and how they could learn the how and the why the same way we were. We also saw the need and the importance of a JSU house and how we would be able to step in and maybe help out a little bit with that. So on behalf of Lauren and myself, we would like to thank Rabbi Ravinsky and the whole JSU organization for this amazing honor. Thank you.
It is my pleasure to call upon the Kerners to receive their award, and to help me in doing so, call upon Mr. Michael Steinberg, whose initial vision is what led to this amazing achievement. Please come on up. I think Michael knows his way around here. AG. While we're waiting, you'll notice there's a QR code on your table. If you scan that code and fill out that information, every picture that you appear in this evening will automatically be sent to you. Yes, I did learn that from the teens. I did not know that before tonight.
Invite me up. I got to say something. You know, I'm friends with the microphone. You know, Kerners, congratulations, and thank you for making a difference. I was reading an article today. It's about continue to build a legacy, and this is what this family has done. Everyone in this room can continue to build the legacy that Rabbi Ravinsky started and continues to flourish to make us a better people. Thank you and congratulations.
Stand with them. It's called fake it till you make it.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for a delicious buffet catered by Sruli's of Chicago. Enjoy.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here again. So this is the part of the program that I get to entertain a little bit, I hope. I'd like to introduce the next video and song. This past summer, the Jewish people lost a very special individual. Rabbi Beryl Wein, who perhaps is most well known for his erudite teaching on Jewish history. Was also a visionary in the field of Jewish education, Jewish inspiration, and Jewish continuity. He's someone who literally continued working for the Jewish people until his final moments on earth. When he passed away this past summer, he had just completed his final book, which is now in post-production and is hopefully soon to be released to the public. Rabbi Wein was unique in that he could speak to any Jew from any background, from the most non-religious to the most ultra-religious. Hundreds of thousands of people have benefited from his wisdom and thought. And I had the unique privilege of spending my high school years as a student of Rabbi Wein and then continuing that relationship until his passing this past summer. The song that we're about to share with you, Bold Voices, Bright Futures, was inspired by Rabbi Wein's story that many people have heard about when he was a little boy and had the opportunity to hear from and meet Rabbi Herzog, who was then the chief rabbi of Israel. The message Rabbi Herzog gave to Rabbi Wein resonated throughout his life, and in turn, that message is one that also resonates with all of us at JSU. If you'll permit me another moment, Rabbi Herzog was an amazing example of the Jewish trait of confronting difficulty and persevering in spite of, and sometimes because of, those events. This year, with the passing of Mrs. Selena Ravinsky, our entire JSU orbit was shaken. I don't think any of us had ever seen our ever-energetic and beloved Rabbi Mike seem so deflated. Through the past few months, Rabbi Ravinsky has stood back up, brushed himself off, and has led JSU of St. Louis to what has already become one of our most impactful years ever. Anyone know who Rabbi Ravinsky is? Oh. Rabbi Ravinsky, on behalf of Alana, Sam, Yossi, and myself, we'd like to dedicate this song to you. They were so innocent, young and carefree, when a moment happened, made its mark indelibly. The chief rabbi arrived, straight from the Pope, whom he had asked to return all those precious children home. His just request refusal caused him pain he just could not hide. The tears he shed joined with sorrows long past, but his voice was strong, his spirit was steadfast. Bold voices rise for our futures bright, together we'll shine the dark of night. JSU, let's stand and inspire the next generation to reach higher. The rabbi's words are called to their core, to rebuild, revitalize, to be so much more. He asked them then, what will you do to restore the soul of our nation true? From that day on, they blazed a path, built schools and dreams that forever last. Those tears must never dry, but that charge still rings true. The future now lies with me and you. Bold voices arise for our future's bright. Together we'll shine away the dark of night. JSU, let's stand and inspire the next generation to reach higher. Oh, now it's our turn to heed the call. Join with JSU for a future for all. For our future's bright, together we'll shine away the dark of night. JSU, let's stand and inspire the next generation to reach higher. Our voices rise for our future. Generation to reach higher. Thank you for helping us inspire the next generation. Thank you.
With age, you need glasses. Tonight, we are gathered together. We want to take a moment to honor the memory of a true woman of valor, whose bold spirit and joyful heart continue to illuminate everything we do at JSU. Though Selena preferred to be behind the scenes, her strength was anything but hidden. She was a pillar of her family, a source of stability, wisdom, and love, and her influence radiated far beyond what she ever acknowledged. Her courage was matched only by her humility. Joy uplifted everyone fortunate enough to know her. It is her legacy, her devotion, her passion for Jewish life, and her unwavering belief in the power of community that inspires the important work of JSU each and every day. As we present this video, we do with deep gratitude for all she gave, all she built, all she inspired. May Selena's memory forever be a blessing.
Selena was the kind of friend that's hard to come by. She was present in every facet of my life. She wanted the best for you.
She sought beauty both in the natural world and the social world. She just looked out for people who are special and places that are special. And she just really knew how to enjoy all of the wonders of the world.
Just going out with Selena for coffee, it became fun. No matter who we'd come across, a total stranger, she would interact and she would make the whole room smile and laugh. And she had a sense of style and a sense of grace. And you were proud to be like, hey, Selena's my friend.
Anybody who knows her will not be surprised by this, but she was a lot of fun. Many times on Shabbos, she would say, "Who wants to play poker?" And she'd pull out the chips and she'd pull out the cards and she'd divvy up the jobs, who's the banker, who's the dealer, etc.
When I went through this thyroid cancer diagnosis, I knew Selena had just gone through that, so I reached out to her, and she knew exactly what I needed, and she was there for me, and she helped me with chesed and humor, and sent texts, funny animated texts, and that made me laugh. Instead of cry, I was laughing.
I remember one time, it's when she was already sick and not feeling well, but it was mind over matter with her. It was for a function in the community, and she got herself up, mustered up all her strength, came down, and just took ownership and made it look incredible.
I first met Selena when I was a college student at WashU. Being away from home is very hard, and very quickly her home became one of the warmest and best parts of my life. I have vivid memories of having really hard weeks at school with lots of exams and tests and roommate drama, and going to her house for Shabbat would be the highlight. But what stayed with me the most was not the food or the gorgeous flowers, it was her chesed. Selena had a rare gift of hachnasat orchim. She really welcomed everyone and made everyone feel like family and like they truly belong. Now, as an adult, that I also host my own meals and my own Shabbat experiences, it makes me appreciate even more what Selena did for us. She showed up no matter how she was feeling or how much notice or lack of notice we gave her. And yes, we would often ask on Friday morning if 5 of us could come for Shabbat, and she would always say yes with a big smile.
So I initially met Selena when I was 16 after spending a summer at Camp Nagila Midwest with Rabbi Mike, and I ended up staying at the Ravinskys. I think I was really trying to navigate difficult teenage years, and she saw that in me, and I'd say she touched my soul in a really deep place. She had this way of living life, of moving through life. It was like everything's going to be okay. And I know that for me, I count this as one of the gifts that I had received in life.
She was full of life and energy and fun and funny and spirited and caring and giving. I just consider myself lucky that I had her in my life.
I would say we should all be a little like Selena and reach out to people that are in need, even if you don't know them well. Anything. You could do anything. It just has such a profound effect.
Selena's warmth, generosity, and open heart left a lasting memory on so many people, especially me, and I pray that her memory will continue to be a blessing.
Combining Selena's love in helping create beautiful simchas for family and friends, and the recognition for the need of a more centrally located Kela mikveh, a few friends, together with the Ravinsky family, and in consultation with the rabbinic leadership of U-City, decided to build and dedicate a new Kela mikveh on the JSU campus. A Kela mikveh is a special ritual bath used specifically for the immersion of newly purchased metal and glass kitchen utensils before they can be used in a Jewish home. The dedication of this Kela mikveh in memory of Selena Ravinsky could not be more fitting. A Kela mikveh takes the ordinary vessels of daily life and elevates them, infusing them with holiness and purpose. That is exactly what Selena did for everyone around her. With her warmth and compassion and her quiet strength, she uplifted people, turning everyday moments into opportunities for connection and growth. A Kela mikveh also reflects the heart of a Jewish home. Care, nourishment, and hospitality. Selena embodied all of that. She created a home filled with comfort, generosity, and love, welcoming others with a grace that left a lasting impact. Through this mikvah, her legacy continues. Every vessel immersed, every family who uses it becomes another reflection of the light she brought into this world. Her memory will elevate all our community, just as she elevated every soul fortunate enough to know her.
Wow. What a crowd. The diversity, the single focus. You should all be very, very proud what you've accomplished tonight. I want to begin this evening by expressing heartfelt gratitude to our volunteers, led so capably by my associate, Alana Minoff, who helped bring tonight's event to life. Penny Alper, Peggy and Jay Umansky, Harvey and Dorit Daphna Eichen, and Judy Haber. Your dedication, creativity, and countless hours of work make a night like this possible, and we are truly grateful. JSU is blessed, truly blessed, with the most extraordinary staff. Rabbi Yitzstaum, Sam Zitten, Yossi Ravinsky, Alana Umansky-Minoff, and the director of our new 4G program, Simi Nussbaum. Their selfless devotion to our teens goes far and beyond what most people will ever see or understand. Only their families and Hashem himself know the true extent of their sacrifices on behalf of his children. May the Ribono Shel Olam repay you in kind, granting you abundant nachas from your own children, and one day from your grandchildren for generations to come. I also want to offer a special and deeply heartfelt recognition to Alana. Even in the best of times, where are you, Alana? Hiding, okay. Even in the best of times, you're the one who ensures that everything gets done, that I'm where I need to be, doing what I need to do. But this past year was different. As my family and I walked through the most difficult and painful period of our lives, you stepped in with strength, grace, and unwavering loyalty. You kept JSU on course, quietly and competently, so that I could focus on my family with complete peace of mind. There are no words to sufficiently express the depth of our gratitude. I will never be able to thank you enough. Acharon Chaviv, last but most beloved, our chairperson, Paul Gallant. Paul, where are you? For well over a decade, you have been so much more than our chair. You have been a partner, a confidant, a mentor, and in many ways, a second father to me. JSU stands where it stands today because of your relentless, unwavering question that you literally ask me, if not every day, every other day. Okay, Rabbi, what's next? What do the teens need? What does the community need? Let's get it done. Your leadership is bold. Your vision is clear, and your devotion is deeply personal. I thank Hashem every day for bringing you not only into the JSU family, but for making you an inseparable part of the Ravinsky family as well. There are no words that can fully capture our gratitude, but please know that your impact is etched into every life we touch. 23 years of growth does not happen overnight. It takes vision, it takes perseverance, and it takes the dedication and generosity of so many. Tonight, we are privileged to have several of our past honorees here with us. Please know that JSU stands where it does today because of you. I ask all past honorees who are here to please rise so that we may offer our appreciation. Let's go. Don't be bashful. Thank you. And the teens, thank you. I would like to extend a sincere thank you to the Jewish Federation of St. Louis and its new CEO and my new chavrusa, Danny Cohn. For their partnership and steadfast support. We are also deeply grateful to the many foundations, some of whom are here tonight. Richard and Susan Godwin-Kofkoff of the Silk Foundation and Michael Steinberg of the Steinberg Family Foundation. The generosity of all the foundations sustains our holy work, and our profound appreciation also goes to the OU and NCSY for the funding, guidance, and strength they continuously provide to ensure that JSU can fulfill its mission. Tonight we celebrate the accomplishments of several remarkable individuals, each of whom you will meet, the Kerners you've already met, soon in their tribute videos. Lauren and Kyle Kerner, whose passion for Jewish engagement is matched only by the kindness of their hearts. Rich and Maury Axelbaum, who, with quiet humility, offer their time, talents, and resources to strengthen our communal institutions. And Stephanie and Jeff Gross, whose fearless and unwavering advocacy in the fight against anti-Semitism and on behalf of our beloved Israel inspires us all. Thank you for allowing us to honor you this evening. May your dedication ignite in each of us a renewed commitment to the Jewish people and to the bright future we are building together. Exactly 1 year ago today, technically tomorrow, we gathered right here at the factory to celebrate the completion of the new JSU Steinberg House on the Weissman-Kerner campus. We walked into that evening filled with excitement, hope, and big dreams for what this new home would allow us to achieve. We had expectations, but in truth, we underestimated the impact the new JSU house would have. We thought we understood the possibilities. We didn't. This past year has exceeded anything we could have possibly imagined, organizationally, communally, and for many of us personally. We experienced tremendous highs, powerful successes, and yes, moments of challenge that reminded us of how deeply our mission matters. Through it all, we stand here tonight stronger, clearer, and more committed than ever. And that's because of each and every one of you, our partners, our supporters, our extended JSU family. The JSU house was never just about walls and windows. It was about voices and futures. The bold voices of our teens and the bright futures they are building for our people each and every day. When we cut that ribbon last year, we hoped the JSU house would energize our work. What happened, actually, was a transformation. More teens than ever chose to make Jewish learning, Jewish friendships, and Jewish leadership part of their lives. In real numbers, that meant running 713 programs, resulting in 6,983 meaningful interactions with 577 unique teens. We piloted new and creative programs that would have been impossible without this space. Programs that gave teens a safe, joyful Jewish home, a base in a year when they desperately needed one. Homework clinics, Shabbat afternoon drop-ins, Jewish cooking experiences, and Shabbat and holiday meals all took root and flourished. We saw teens stepping up, leading, teaching, inspiring, lifting each other with a pride and a confidence that reflects exactly what JSU stands for. Every corner of the JSU house is alive with Torah, with Israel education, with questions, with laughter, with song, with learning late into the night, with challah dough stuck on the counter and the floor, and the Slurpee spills on the floor of the Wally's concession corner. This house isn't just used, it's loved. When we stood together last year, we prayed for a quick end to the war, for the safe return of our brothers and sisters held hostage, and for a halt to the disturbing rise in virulent anti-Semitism spreading across the world and seeping into our teens' daily lives. Baruch Hashem, the war has ended, and all but one of our hostages have returned home, and we will not rest until he is reunited with his people with a Jewish burial in Israel. But the reality our teens face has not eased. The number of anti-Semitic incidences in their schools, hallways, and social spaces continues to grow. And with it, their fear, their confusion, and their need for guidance. And that is where JSU has been standing tallest. Rabbi Yitz, Sam, and Yossi have been quite literally in the trenches with our teens. They are the ones sitting with them after school when something frightening happens. They are advocating for them and with them to their school administrators. They are giving them the language, the confidence, the strength, and the Jewish pride. They are training them how to respond, how to stand firm, and how to not shrink in the face of hatred. Because tonight's theme is more than a slogan. Our teens' bold voices are the very thing that will shape their bright futures. And JSU is committed to making sure no teen ever has to face these challenges alone. And I want to give a special shout out to my former fourth grade student and director of Heartland ADL, Jordan Kadosh, for his support and partnership with JSU as we fight this terrible scourge of anti-Semitism together. And because of that momentum, this year we successfully launched 3 brand new JSU clubs: Ladue Middle School, Parkway Central Middle School, and yes, I kid you not, Christian Brothers College. Every one represents dozens more teens finding Jewish connection in a place where they may have never found it otherwise. Each club is a doorway to identity, to community, and to Jewish pride. Our challah bakes and sushi making nights have become signature highlights of the year, regularly drawing more than 60 teens who come not only for the food, but for the warmth, belonging, and Jewish joy these programs inspire. We launched an exciting new initiative called Earn and Learn, which pairs teens with adults in our community for meaningful Torah study and opens the door to mentoring relationships that can shape their futures. Our JSU President's Council, a gathering of leaders from all our clubs, has blossomed into a powerful engine of unity, community, leadership, and advocacy. These young leaders are not only strengthening their own voices, they are driving recruitment, boosting engagement, and inspiring their peers. And we are incredibly proud that one of our St. Louis presidents now serves on the International JSU Board, representing our community on the global stage and reminding us that bold voices truly do create bright futures. With growth comes responsibility to think boldly about the future. This year, I began working under the leadership and guidance of my new friend and consultant, my coach, Yoni Coleman, Managing Director of International NCSY, in doing just that. We are now putting the final touches on JSU STL 2.0. This ain't just a slogan. It's a strategy. It's the roadmap to what the next 5 years of Jewish teen life in St. Louis can look like. Together, we are building systems, structures, and capacity so JSU doesn't just grow, it thrives, it endures, it scales, it transforms to meet the needs of the next generation. One of the first and most exciting steps of JSU STL 2.0 is the upcoming launch of JFE, the Jewish Family Experience, one of the largest and most ambitious initiatives since our inception. With 64% of local Jewish families with youth being unaffiliated with any congregation, access to Hebrew school and bar and bat mitzvah preparation is often non-existent. JFE aims to change that. The Jewish Family Experience will offer engaging, relevant, meaningful Jewish learning for families of all backgrounds, with particular focus on those who are unaffiliated. Sunday mornings will include weekly Hebrew school, bar and bat mitzvah optional preparation and celebrations, parent, social, and educational opportunities, teen programs, and family trips to Israel. These experiences will empower local families to strengthen their Jewish identities, deepen their understanding of Jewish values and traditions, and feel a stronger connection to community and to Israel. I am extremely excited that we are partnering in this venture with the J and PJ Library, and hopefully, as soon as I get the okay, another big communal organization that I can't mention just yet. It is also my honor and pleasure to formally introduce and announce that Mrs. Zelda Tendler will serve as the educational director of this innovative new program. Registration is now open, and there is info flyer on your table. If we had to summarize this year in one sentence, it would be this: give teens a bold voice today, and you give them a bright Jewish future tomorrow. We saw teens choose courage over comfort. We saw them find strength in each other. We watched them build a community defined not by fear, but pride. They are not waiting for someday. They are leading now. And that is why we are here tonight, not simply to celebrate a year of accomplishments, but to commit ourselves and recommit ourselves to the future we are building together. A future where every Jewish teen in St. Louis has a place to belong, a voice that is heard, and a Jewish future that shines brightly. Thank you for standing with us, for believing in our mission, and for ensuring that JSU continues to ignite bold voices and build bright futures. One teen, one family, and one community at a time. Thank you, and please direct your attention to the screen.
Being part of JSU has helped me feel more proud of my identity because it's given me an outlet to be able to talk with other people of my faith. It's given me some leadership opportunities to be able to plan different events for the kids around the area, as well as trying to get kids to come to club.
Since joining JSU, Chase has really shown some strong leadership qualities within the Jewish community. He has connected in ways that we did not ever think that he would choose to do, and the fact that he has opted to do that on his own accord makes us very proud parents. He knows that he has a community surrounding him that supports him. I'm not sure that he would have felt that same connection without JSU.
Because of JSU, I definitely think that I'll search out other Jewish communities, especially as I go off to college, to just have a group of people that I know, no matter what I experience, no matter what they experience, I'll always be able to connect to them in some way.
Having a leadership position in a club has been something that I've looked at since I was younger. I didn't know how to execute it. I didn't know how to get that position. Being in JSU, it kind of just came to me, like how to just step up to that position when somebody else isn't stepping up, and how to take on the position whether you want to or not. It's just what you gotta do.
Orly
knew about JSU because of her older siblings, and she knew tangentially what it was like and thought this is a perfect opportunity for me to try an after-school class. Not only did she connect with different kids in her high school who she may not have known very well before, it also helped her feel more confident in wanting to promote activities and being proud of her identity and making it a welcoming environment.
This is the first big leadership position I've had, and it made me realize, like, I can step up, I can take the challenge, I can do it.
I am the St. Louis JSU Regional President, and I help to plan programs and events outside of school to help Jewish communities from different schools come together and create a larger Jewish community. JSU has really helped me to feel more at home with my Judaism. I've started rapping tefillin in the morning. I more often put on a kippah, and I feel more proud about my Judaism. JSU has also given me the tools and the resources to be able to help other teens and myself fight anti-Semitism on campus as well as on social media.
JSU has really helped Caleb identify with the community and his Judaism, especially post-October 7th. I think when people were really reeling and trying to understand their own identity, Caleb stepped into a place which emboldened him. Caleb's dedicated to going to university, and obviously the university campuses have been seeing a significant growth in anti-Semitism, and JSU has laid the foundation, and Caleb stepped into that space in a leadership role to really understand how to navigate through some of the rhetoric on campus.
JSU seems to be doing a really good job of becoming a hub for students in St. Louis. The way that the organization has canvassed all these different high schools, brought together kids who may not have otherwise known each other, who may not have otherwise felt comfortable engaging in a Jewish after-school group. I don't know what the secret sauce is, but it's really working.
Rabbi Ravinsky and his support team have been instrumental in teaching kids how to deal with anti-Semitism, and it's created a prototype for what they can do moving forward at college, university, and in everyday life. So it's a foundation of everything that they can do, identifying as a Jew and a connection with Israel.
I think JSU is without a doubt one of the most important organizations that Chase has chosen to participate in throughout his high school career. I think that it has given him the strength and the commitment and the love of Judaism that will allow him to further seek Judaism and that connection in his next chapter.
JSU has really helped me to find my community in St. Louis. For Jewish teens who are really struggling with their Jewish identity, to be able to connect with others and how they can celebrate their Judaism is a really important reason why JSU needs to continue.
October 7th happened when I was in 8th grade, and so seeing like how the world kind of fell apart for Jews kind of showed like, you know, the world needs more teenagers to step up to really combat this, because there's only so many adults. Teens listen to teens, adults don't listen to teenagers, but if they see these teenagers making such powerful, bold choices, they can see that the next generation is going to make the world better.
Each of you is here tonight because you've taken out your checkbook, taken out your wallet, or most likely a credit card. And for those of you that used PayPal, I'm really sorry. Either you know what I'm talking about or you don't. Or you're a guest of somebody who has done so. This is the point of the evening where we ask you to dig a little bit deeper. Before Michael Steinberg left this evening, he had a prior commitment. He pulled me aside and he says, Rabbi, he says, I want to give a challenge grant for your fund to need. I want people to know and see what they can accomplish. I want to challenge you with an $18,000 gift if you can match it tonight with our fund to need. One of the projects that we are working on is sending kids to Israel. I want to acknowledge the special gift of Rabbi and Mrs. Beanstalk to help fund 10 teens to go to Israel this summer. Our goal is 20, and next year, please God, an entire bus of 40. But whether one can do a little or one can do a lot is irrelevant. The point is, stand up, be counted, have a bold voice for a bright future. On your table, you have stickum cards. Is that what they're called? Sticky notes, colorful sticky notes. And there's also various copies. Kyle, can I trouble you for, I should have brought one up, I apologize. Nope, next to it. Yeah, that. There is a sheet that says Fund a Need. These are some of the things that we need currently in JSU. An opportunity, if you haven't done so or would like to do so again, to have your name or your family's name etched permanently in the walkway leading up to the JSU house. We have opportunities to sponsor, yes, the famous slushy machine. We are looking for someone to underwrite the curriculum for the new Jewish family experience. And by the way, that's for parents and kids, not just the children. The opportunity to add to the arcade games, foosball, so many more activities. We ask, take a moment, think about what speaks to you, write your name and the item on the sticky note, walk over to the kotel, to the Western Wall, rebuild the Beit HaMikdash, our holy temple, one teen at a time. And once you've done so, come back and light your candle so we can all see that you too are looking to brighten the Jewish tomorrow. And then you can do it now or you can do it later. But so no one is uncomfortable, this is the part of the evening I hated. Video, please.
When I first met Rich and Maury, I recognized that they were real people. There's like inside people and there's outside people, and there's inside people. You could tell, you could speak to them, talk to them, confide in them, and they were always like really focused on listening.
They're very humble with what they do and how they're received. They're just not about, you know, all the attention and the accolades and the awards. I mean, they're so fitting for this award because of that. To them, it's not about what you get out of it, it's what they're giving.
Rich, as we all know, has a fascination for fire, but he, as well as Maury, have this sort of internal, natural fire to want to help people, to want to help the community. And within the Jewish sphere, they have this desire for the fire of Torah that ignites them and leads them to want to do for the community.
And they've been involved in so many different organizations and schools and synagogues. They're so inviting and welcoming to everybody they meet.
In any conversation that you'll have with them, you know, you'll immediately see that they're looking for the deeper meaning of it, and they're trying to pass that on.
To be around somebody who's constantly looking at things like, did you notice? Isn't that awesome? Like, do you see that? Like, that's amazing. Having that perspective, seeing the world like that and constantly trying to see the world like that is something that is priceless. Living in a religious life in a largely secular world is very difficult, especially on college campuses and just in education in general. Trying to inspire youth is a challenge. Rich finds God everywhere, and him being a scientist, yet he seems to see God in that. And he actually teaches how science and God do not conflict.
They spent a year in Israel studying Torah, trying to develop themselves on a spiritual level, and that has just continued ever since. They're not religious figures professionally,
They've used their pulpit as professionals to illustrate their religiosity as well. And I think that has a big impact on people because people can say, well, I can be like that. I can be a professional and be religious. I can be a professional and talk about God. And all these things, I think, has a huge impact.
What's really important to them is, their commitment to continuing on those values to like the next generation. Whenever we eat over their house, majority of the time there's other guests there, and a lot of times it'll either be WashU students. So there's always just kind of kids in and out of the house. They're just so committed to being there for them and guiding them in the right way.
They're the perfect example of tapping into their unique strengths and abilities and finding ways that they can influence in that way. Specifically with the JSU mechitza, or my dad has been working on these mechitzas since I was a child, and I remember the dedication he had. There were always pieces of them all over the house. I remember my mom on the driveway like gluing the pieces together. I just think it's the perfect example because my dad's an engineer and he used that to make a difference in the community. So I think the partnership is very important, but also like thinking about yourself and how you can specifically give back.
They're very passionate about whatever they're involved in doing. That level of passion, commitment, and their energy is what will be remembered for years to come.
Maury and I are so grateful to be honored by JSU, particularly at this time. In Koheles, Ecclesiastes, King Solomon writes, L'chol zaman v'eschol chafetz, tachas hashamayim. For everything, there is an appointed time, and for every season, a matter under heaven. And this is JSU's time. Why do I say that? Let me give you an example. Yesterday, I was walking through the WashU campus with Ari Roisman, a past student of mine about 20 years ago. And Ari commented that it looked as if the students were somewhat despondent. And so right now, if you can imagine a teenager preparing to go to college and the questions they have and the concerns they have, and where do they go? We live in a time that our teens need us more than ever. And Maury and I share the opinion that the best thing that we can do for our teens right now is support JSU and helping it achieve its goals. And thank God with Ravinsky and his team, and with his vision and enormous, limitless energy, and being accompanied by Rabbi Stam, as well as Sam Zitten and his wonderful son Yossi, the team has made, and with our help, God willing, will continue to make enormous impact on the St. Louis teens.
When I think of Rabbi Ravinsky and I think of his journey in St. Louis, I think about how he takes a newborn boy and brings him into the fold with circumcision. And then he comes back into the child's life when they're 5th graders and is with them till they're 8th graders with NCSY. And he's created a camp for them, Camp Nagila. And then he works with the teenagers who aren't in Jewish schools, and he teaches them what he can teach them about their Judaism. And he really sort of prepares these Jewish kids for their launch out to be on their own.
For everything, there's an appointed time, and there's a season for every matter under heaven. And this is the time for JSU. What an honor to be part of this wonderful organization composed of wonderful people doing wonderful things.
Rich and Maury. AJ. This tapestry was made by Barbara Ast, a dear friend at JSU who just made Aliyah, and it is a debate whether it's a rose or a burning bush, but we like the fire theme, and it's a family tree of the Axelbaums, and it says, Ki ner mitzvah v'Torah or. I'll take it. Would you kindly direct your attention for the last honorees for this evening to the video screens?
Jeff and Stephanie, I think, are really unrivaled in their dedication to this St. Louis Jewish community. They are people who put their money where their mouths are, and if they see something that they want to change, they don't just complain about it, they get to work, they roll their sleeves up, and they get it done. Particularly Stephanie's advocacy against anti-Semitism and Israel causes has been really inspiring. Anytime there is any kind of issue inside the community, she is on the front lines. She's not sitting back, she is advocating on the government level, she's going to the school boards, she is interacting with local law enforcement, she is doing the work.
One of the beauties of the Grosses is that they inspire the community based on their principles and values, but the real inspiration is the fact that they're willing to invest themselves. And when there's a need, they're there to build a collaboration with others in the community to ensure that need is addressed and met appropriately.
One of the things that I admire most about Jeff and Stephanie is that they're not just doing the work by themselves and for themselves, they are instilling that into their own kids and through their support of JSU into other kids in the St. Louis area.
Not only do they live their principles, they're willing to act as advocates for those who might not otherwise be empowered. From time to time, students are intimidated, not comfortable advocating for themselves, and Jeff and Stephanie are comfortable acting as advocates and supporting students as support is required.
Even in my own life, Stephanie's mentorship has been so meaningful. There are so many things that I feel like I've achieved because Stephanie has been by my side and guiding me. I can see that they are laying that foundation for so many young people, not just their own kids, but other high school students in the area, and they truly have an eye to that next generation.
One of the things that I've observed, and I think the community has observed, is that they're comfortable speaking out against anti-Semitism, both personally through their own social media activity, but also as representatives of the community in terms of advocating with the administration of Clayton High School and continuing to personally monitor and ensure that best practices are adhered to, and to the extent that behavior needs to be modified, that it has been appropriately modified. They're truly guardians for the community in a very consistent and appropriate way.
With everything that's going on in today's world, it can be really difficult and daunting to be a proud Jew and an open advocate for Israel. And seeing people like Jeff and Stephanie wearing that badge with so much pride, unabashedly supporting the causes that are so meaningful to them and for all of us, is just so inspiring.
We are humbled and honored to be named Guardians of Israel by JSU. As parents, our hope has always been to raise children who are proud of who they are, rooted in their values, and connected to something bigger than themselves. JSU has helped make that possible. Through Shabbatons, club meetings, learning, and just meaningful moments shared with peers and mentors, this space has given kids a chance to grow both Jewishly and personally.
To the educators and leaders of JSU, thank you for seeing the potential in every student and for nurturing a love of Jewish life that will carry far beyond high school. To the other parents here, we're so grateful to be in this together. To our children, thank you for inspiring us with your passion, challenging us with your questions, and reminding us why this work is so important. It is our privilege to be proudly Jewish. It is our honor to maintain and foster Jewish identity, and it is our duty to stand with Israel.
Mark and Stephanie. What did I say? It's the coding cough medicine. Jeff with a G. That's the real reason he's being honored, because I love the spelling of his name. Okay. Jeff and Stephanie didn't think they were going to have to come up here today, because when we spoke about how they would like to memorialize this evening, they said they didn't want anything. And instead, they wanted to create a scholarship to send a kid to Israel this summer. So we gratefully, and a team to be determined, will gratefully appreciate that gesture, but we couldn't let them leave empty-handed. So we made a little TJJ, the Jerusalem Journey, Gross Family Israel Scholarship. And for those short or long Shabbos afternoons, we purchased for them a set of books by Rabbi Aryeh Kaplan. I had the pleasure of knowing Rabbi Aryeh Kaplan way back, a brilliant scientist, mathematician, Torah scholar, and he had this very unique way of blending the mystical and the physical together to answer life's most pressing and relevant questions. So we give this to you as a gift and a token of our appreciation. That's it. Sorry, come on. Let's hear it.
As we conclude tonight's program, I ask that you please rise as I call upon the Maxes to lead us in Haktikva as a sign of solidarity with our fellow Jews in Israel, but even more importantly, a reminder to ourselves as the JSU staff has awakened in us the centrality and integrity of the land of Israel to the Jewish people.
Say first. Which one? He's going to start.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
We will wait for a change in flags. Wait for a change in flags.
Good enough.
There it is, it counts.
Kolot baleva pnima, nefesh Yehudi homiya, ulfatei mizrach kadima, ayin letzion Sophia. O lo avda tikvateinu, hatikva bat shnot alpayim, liotam chofshi be'artzeinu, Eretz Zion v'Yerushalayim, liotam chofshi be'artzeinu. Artseinu Eretz Zion Birushalayim.
Ladies and gentlemen, the dessert bar will be open momentarily. Please feel free to stay as long as you would like. Thank you for making a difference in our lives, and thank you for coming. Don't forget to get your comfy as you leave this evening, as a reminder of our gratitude for making Judaism comfy and cozy for over 1,000 of Jewish teens.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and remember the Fund a Need will be open the rest of the evening.